My goal is to try to get people who can't understand where we're coming from, where you see what's going on in the world right now.
I panicked a little bit.
Hey man, I'm bringing back the old days.
But
I was always ready to go. Like, oh,
anytime you show up to the party with this, it better be drink.
Yo, what up, guys? Here we are. We got another movie review.
Another movie review for you guys.
Hey, again. Oh, there you go. I got to get closer to the mic, man. That's my fault on that. Anyway, yeah. First off, I want to address, man. We're missing a member today. Shout out to my boy. He's going to Vegas.
Yeah, and he picked the movie tonight.
Yeah, he picked a movie. He made us watch this movie, and now he's not even here to fucking talk about it.
Yeah.
Wow, well played, Anthony.
mm-hmm.
So, the movie that we reviewed today is none other than the critically acclaimed, digitally remastered War Dogs.
Would you say it's not Oscar winning?
Yeah, I didn't win shit.
Golden Globe or
I
nothing?
didn't even win an Emmy, dude. Nah, I didn't win shit.
Yeah,
I don't even know what any of those things are for.
A Dundee.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, maybe a Dundee.
But yeah, we reviewed War Dogs, and it's available on Netflix.
Mhm.
So I know last week you had to kind of search for the movie.
Yeah.
This one's on Netflix.
I think
so-
it's a Netflix original, isn't it?
No.
No. Wow, take it easy.
I'm
Take
just,
it easy,
hey,
brother.
the only advertising I seen for it was Netflix, so I
Yeah.
just assumed.
We don't know the year because our phones are being utilized right now.
Right,
But
but it did come out in a year.
just so you know, point of reference, this movie stars Fat Jonah Hill.
Fat Jonah Hill, another
So
appearance.
I'd assume it's somewhere after Accepted.
Yeah, because this is like
But
grandma's
before-
boy, Fat Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Like this is big Jonah Hill.
But before Knocked Up. I mean,
Super bad.
Superbad.
Yeah, because he wasn't as big in Super bad.
No, he was not.
He was like running around and shit, dude. This guy, he wasn't running nowhere. in this movie.
He tried. He tried when those soldiers were coming
Oh yeah,
on the way
I
to
know.
Baghdad. But go give him the synopsis of the movie.
All right, so man,
You
here's
watched
a
it
little-
about 4 times.
I've watched it a bunch. So the breakdown of the movie is this: you got you're the guy. David is I guess would be our main character. David is our main character. He's kind of who we're following through the story. David he's kind of down, and I don't want to say totally down, but he's not living his best life. He's basically giving males massages to make ends meet.
He's just giving people massages.
No, it was all males.
It was all
There was
males?
not one chick in the fucking thing he gave him. They were all males. They even make a joke later in the movie and said David was jacking people off for money before he got this
Now he has a
job.
Porsche.
Yeah, dude. Now he's driving a Porsche.
Yeah,
And he was like, "No, that's not true." It absolutely is true.
yeah, he was struggling for money.
And then one scene. Okay, so let me break it down. But anyway, so he's doing that. He actually goes to a funeral of one of his friends. Another one of his friends, his old time friends, shows up to the funeral. He gets word that this guy's doing pretty well in life. He goes and talks to him. Basically, finds out this guy's selling guns. That evolves into a partnership between the two, in which they are purchasing and selling guns, basically for the U.S. Army. It's all based on like factual events. So he's doing that. Obviously, so something goes wrong. Shit gets fucked up, and then you kind of follow the story on how they try to fix it, what ends up happening, and where they end up at. That's the breakdown of the movie.
Yeah, so again, this movie follows David, which he's kind of struggling for money. He meets Fat Jonah Hill back up as one of his junior high buddies, not even high school buddies.
Yeah.
Junior high
So it's like me
buddies.
running into Willie,
Yeah.
and then Willie's like, "Yo, dude, I'm fucking balling," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Well, I'll quit my job right now, son."
Mhm. So, and apparently, again, based on true events, I would say most of it, they start bidding on government contracts. And I guess this is completely legal. This is during the Bush administration where they opened up contracts. Cheney had like a big stronghold on it. And to level the playing field, I guess they implemented something where everybody can bid on these government contracts. So like the low-hanging fruit was Jonah Hill's kind of realm where he was looking for the crumbs. And some of those lines in there was like, like everybody's worried about the pie. He's like, I live off of crumbs. Like,
Yeah.
so that's kind of where they're like low-level arms dealers, and that's where the actual term comes from. War dogs is that it's talking about the small fish, where they just feed on the crumbs, but they actually kind of liked it. They ran with it,
Right.
but they were
'Cause you
kind of
can
like
make
low
money
level
from it.
Yeah,
Well,
just,
yeah, it wasn't bad money.
they were saying crumbs are worth millions.
Yeah,
So-
and that was the thing. If you could capitalize on it, even in the beginning of the movie, They started talking about they're showing soldiers that are actually out and kind of doing their thing. But he's saying like, oh, people look at this and they see this as a person or whatever. I see this as $17,500.
Yeah, it had like
because
the graphic,
that's everything that he's wearing. That's what it costs, and this is what it is.
all the gear.
That's what I'm looking into. That's how they perceive things.
Yeah.
And they were looking to monetize for themselves something of that nature.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed the movie. And Jonah Hill's character is like one of my favorite characters. Just like how goofy he is, and his laugh specifically. Like that one scene, and not to jump too far ahead or give anything away, but it's in the trailer. It's like when he's like outside of some house or an apartment complex, and he tries to buy some drugs, and they just take his money, but they don't give him anything. So he goes to the trunk of his car and he pulls out like some kind of automatic, I don't know, is it Uzi or what, but he fires it off in the air. Everyone runs away, and he's like, "Where are you guys going? I thought we were gonna party." But that one of those scenes that stood out to me. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this movie also had it had like a Goodfellas type of vibe where there's a lot of narration going
the
behind
Martin
it.
Scorsese kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, like Martin Scorsese type
Mhm.
filming.
Yeah.
And that was the thing that was crazy to me is that Jonah Hill was in character.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of his better acting movies.
I
Yeah.
agreed.
I think he's a decent actor too.
Yeah.
But this is one where he actually is kind of in character. His
Mhm.
laugh is kind of funny.
Yeah.
Because when they started narrating, I was like, who's talking?
Yeah.
Because they had almost the same voice.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it almost leads me to believe that's why they gave him like more of a character behind him.
So he had more of a distinction between. Yeah.
Because when they were narrating, I'm like, that sounds like Jonah Hill narrating right now. But it's like the other dude. So I'm like,
Mhm.
fuck, this is kind of weird.
Right.
But the characters are decent. They're
Mhm.
cool.
I'd like to make an observation about the guy that played David.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was the most generic, basic actor I've ever seen in my life. Even his
Yeah.
facial expressions, like they were non-existent. Like he couldn't convey emotion for anything.
Yeah.
It just, I mean, there's a time in which, like, so he's basically, this guy's out here running fucking guns internationally. He's taking a lot of real life risk to do what he's doing. And in doing so, he has a girl that he's with, and she's pregnant. So he's kind of lying to her about everything. I mean, like, he at one point the man was trying to, like I said, give him massages and trying to sell bed sheets. That was his big thing, to sell bed sheets to a retirement home. That doesn't pan out. His retirement homes are like, why the fuck would I pay you this? Like, I'm not gonna buy these.
I like when the guy's like, have you ever felt 82-year-old skin?
Yeah.
He's like,
Lizards.
it's kind of like lizards.
Yeah.
Would you wrap a lizard in cashmere?
Yeah.
He's
So
like,
why
no.
would I put them in this?
He's like, no. He's like, why? Then why would you think I would do that?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. But it's just he's talking to his chick and his daughter on like a video conference call, and he just seems so uninvolved. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it just seems like, and the girl's telling him like, "No, we need to go. Like you can have more time," and he's just like, "All right." And I'm just like, what the
Yeah.
fuck, dude? Like,
Right.
at least look like you're a little fucked up over it.
Yeah.
And every time, even when he was on the phone, when he's like, "Oh, you're fucking us," whatever, don't do it, and he just seems so
Yeah.
uninvolved. Dude.
Yeah, it was
Like,
hard to get in his corner or like root for him or be
Yeah.
invested in him at all.
his character development was shit. I thought.
Yeah.
Like, I think,
The acting, I
like
think,
as
more
much as
so.
he is the protagonist in the story, right? Like he is, and I guess Jonah Hill's character is probably the antagonist.
Yeah.
I guess him or Bradley Cooper, but I probably
Bit of
more
both.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, but mainly fucking Jonah Hill. Right?
Yeah.
And then it's just Jonah Hill is clearly the better actor. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Like,
In the whole movie,
yeah, clearly.
in the
Mhm.
entire movie,
And he played a
Yeah.
total asshole.
it's either
Well,
it's either him or the baby.
And Bradley, well, I feel like Bradley Cooper did a pretty good
Bradley
job.
Cooper was such a minimal role, and it was
It
so
was.
disappointing to
Yeah.
have Bradley Cooper in the movie and hardly fucking
I
have
feel
him
like
in the movie.
his talent was wasted. Like
Yeah.
they should have swapped him for the fucking other guy.
For the other, that's
Yeah.
exactly what I said. Like you could
Yeah.
put that guy, you could have put like you could have put me in there, and I'm like,
Mhm.
you understand now, and then fucking we're good.
Well, Bradley Cooper, from what I can only imagine, was probably a pro bono role.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine.
Yeah. I
Like
think
they
he did.
they just sprinkled him in, like
Yeah,
as if he
yeah.
was like
Yeah.
the lowest level
Well,
actor
and
on
that's
the
what I'm
movie.
saying. Like you could have put. Why even pick him then? You could have put anyone there. You
Yeah.
could have literally put fucking the dude that plays anyone.
The
I
box
don't know.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you could have had anybody else play that role.
Yeah, but he did do the best that he could with the writing that he had. You know
Well,
what I mean?
no,
Like
and
he didn't do a bad job acting wise. I would.
This
say.
is not a knock on
His
Bradley
talent.
Cooper at all,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and
No,
I
agree.
I'm not saying like he's a fucking great
It's just-
actor. I'm just saying though, I think
he
you
is,
could have
but-
utilized him.
Yeah.
What do you think is his best role?
It's kind of like last week with
Star is
Chris
Born
Pratt.
was pretty good.
I've never seen A Star Is Born.
Yeah, it's what it's. I would say if you haven't watched it, like that's definitely like Pride and Time, Bradley Cooper.
I'm trying to think of other. It's Limitless. Limitless is a great movie. I
Yeah.
like Limitless a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Limitless is good.
I'm trying to think other Bradley.
He's
Cooper
pretty good
movies.
in The Hangover.
Yeah, I mean, The Hangover. Yeah,
I'm
fuck.
just-
What
I'm
a
kidding,
what a.
I'm
Can you
kidding.
imagine being on the cast of that? Like, what a
Mhm,
blast!
mhm.
God, dude, that's always something I envy. Is like,
He was on the A team as well, huh?
yeah, he was. Don't bring that up, please,
Mm.
dude. Like, what the fuck, dude? I see the advertisements on like Netflix. I'm like, nah, I'll pass.
I'm
dude.
good.
I mean, I feel like A Star Is Born is probably the most.
Oh,
What was the
no,
movie he did
no,
with
no,
J-Law?
no. What's the one he did? A Silver Linings Playbook.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a really good movie.
That's probably my favorite one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like that's a
Mhm.
really
Yeah,
that's a really good movie.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Well done, Bradley.
Mhm. Well done.
Yeah.
yeah. But he played like a minimal role in this movie. I mean, he
Oh,
kind of
very.
just jumped in. I don't know what was going on there, but I really felt like Jonah Hill's acting was pretty good.
It saved the movie.
I think okay.
It was the movie to me.
Mhm.
Right?
I think the movie was poorly written, right? Like in a sense of like a plot, like you know, having a story and then hitting the climax, and then the resolution to the climax. I just thought like the climax was so non-existent. It was just so dull and it's just so base level that
Well-
I never really got wrapped into it.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say that the writing was bad. I would just say it was kind of bland, and only because,
To me, that is bad.
well, kind of. But I almost feel like the plot was building, and then like before they even finished the Chinese ammunition swap,
Yeah.
like it was over.
Yeah.
So like they didn't even finish like laying out, like they didn't do the Chinese swap and then land bigger deals, and they just didn't write enough of it. Because I will say that the first 45 minutes of the movie where it's kind of building that Martin Scorsese flow, where it has a lot of narration and like a lot of the fuckery that they were doing
Yeah.
and kind of growing together
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of like on the climb, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
There was definitely like good music injected into it.
Yeah.
Them actually going to run the guns in Jordan to Baghdad. All those things were okay.
Yeah.
But there was not much behind that at all.
The
Look at
only.
I was just gonna say nobody was really invested in it.
Yeah.
At all.
Yeah.
Like
And they-
like he said, you're not rooting for
Right.
David or
Yeah, you
anybody.
don't really give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was hard to get behind any one person. And just for the reasons that we listed. The only thing I'll say about like the writing, I know that it was based on, true events. And I
Sure.
wonder if maybe that had something to do with
I
it.
imagine it
Maybe
did.
maybe it didn't go past that Chinese part because it didn't actually happen that way. And obviously with movies you can take some liberties and maybe they could have like fleshed it out a little bit more and we would have got a little bit more out of it. But that's the only thing I can think of. I don't know for sure, but that's one thing that popped into my mind. It's like, well, why didn't? And then I was like, oh, well, it's probably based
Yeah.
on the true how it actually played out.
And I have the same thoughts, right? Like I
Mhm.
thought the same. But my thought is you do have that option to kind of take those liberties. You do have to, it's based on a true story. This isn't everything that actually
It's not
happened.
a
It doesn't have
documentary.
to.
Yeah.
I feel like you could have had like a sick ass shootout at the end
Mm.
where it's like, oh shit hits the fan, they get back. You know what I mean? You could have really, I think you got to dramatize it if you want me to be invested.
Right.
And I'd say again, so I watched it the first time I watched it and I thought, all right, I like this movie.
Pretty good. Yeah.
And then I watched it again. I thought I'm bored as fuck with this movie. And then I watched it again, and I was like, I'm not invested. I just wasn't.
Yeah.
I did think Jonah Hill did a good job. Again, I'll mimic that sentiment again. I think he did do a good job. I think the dude David, I think his acting abilities, whoever played him, I forget his name now, but
It's
I
like
don't.
Miles something.
Yeah, some shit like that.
Miles Davis or something.
Yeah, dude, he's playing the fucking trumpet.
No, but have you guys seen him in Whiplash?
I don't think I've seen.
It's actually a
Whiplash.
pretty fucking good movie.
Whiplash. I don't know if I
Yeah,
have.
he plays like a jazz drummer.
I seen him as in like some party movie. I think it was called like 21 or 21 and over or something like
Yeah.
that. But again, it was like whatever.
Yeah. He's not the greatest actor, but Whiplash.
Mm-hmm.
It has that guy from is it Allstate?
was gonna say state property.
Jake?
No, the ball. No, not.
Yeah,
That's State Farm.
You're in good hands.
No, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Oh,
That guy's
yeah,
like
yeah,
the conductor of the band.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like he ends up like he's crazy as fuck.
Mm,
But that dude plays a drummer,
in that movie.
and anytime like
Oh.
he's off beat, like he fucking hits him. Like it's like it's a good movie.
Mm.
It's probably his best movie.
Mm.
It's about abuse.
It's about pushing the boundaries of someone's greatness.
Abuse. Like Joe Jackson.
Mm.
Yeah, but I mean, it's justified, right?
I guess you got the results.
It
you
worked
know
out.
what I mean? Whole family's fucking rich, so fuck it, you know, and dead. But you know that's cool too, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, man. So overall, I gotta say, initially when I watched the movie again, I was like, oh, it's a really good movie. I was actually excited to do the review, and then I watched it, and I was just thoroughly disappointed, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I wouldn't recommend it. Honestly, just because like I wouldn't want my name tied back to it. I do think Jonah Hill did a good job.
Mhm.
I think Jonah Hill was good. I think the writer should have took a little more liberties and made it a little more, and because this is the reality of it, right? Like here's the reality of what movies are. They're there to entertain. This wasn't a documentary. If it was a documentary, you could have. I
It'd
would
be
have
very entertaining.
I would have viewed it in a different light, right? Like, okay, now be factual,
Yeah.
be what you need to be,
Mhm.
be serious about it. Okay, you can respect that,
Right.
but that's not what this was advertised as, or what it comes off as. This comes off as, hey, this is a movie, and with a movie, you get to take some liberties,
Mhm.
and I think they should have.
They should have, yeah.
And it made me understand why movies do that.
Yeah.
Because I think you need to, you
Right,
know.
right.
Well,
So
I will also say too that there's two things that I'm kind of happy that it happened during the time it happened. One, we talked about, it's good to get Fat Jonah Hill.
yeah, it was nice to see that.
It was
again.
nice to see that
Yeah.
because the character he played, the clothes he wore,
Oh, yeah. Fit perfectly.
and his demeanor it lent itself to being that character, and it was fucking hilarious to
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
him kind of just be that Miami type fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
chunky boy.
you know who
what I mean?
Just real quick, who it kind of reminded me, or what it kind of reminded me of, was his role in Wolf of Wall Street. He had those big waspy glasses, and like he kind of looked nerdy, but his like body type or whatever played well into that character. Like they casted him perfectly, and I think they did a great job in this movie as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a question now, Travis, for you. Is it inappropriate for me to use the term waspy?
Inappropriate? No.
Would I say
Yeah,
inappropriate?
you did.
Yeah, I don't know if you fucking
No, it is
corrected
not
me.
inappropriate, and I welcome everyone, and I encourage everyone to use those terms. Yeah.
I do a lot.
Why though?
Waspy.
Why
can't you use
Anglo-Saxon
waspy?
Protestant?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what is-
It's
what the
it's
fuck
like a
waspy
term
means.
for white people, like well-off,
Well-off
rich,
white
conservative
people.
white people.
Oh, I
White
never knew that.
Yeah, it's like an
Anglo-Saxon
acronym for
white,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly. White Anglo-Saxon
Protestant.
Protestant. So
Yeah.
it's just like a term
Oh, it's
for
a white thing.
what you think
It's
of a
a white
white
thing.
person.
Well,
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta have to right.
Well, I mean, half the right. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
The other half could say
But
cracker.
it's yeah,
I could say what
There
I
you
say.
go.
Right?
Say some other thing too.
yeah. No, you can call us whatever you want. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Alright. No, but I don't know. I was. It's just what a good time to ask the question.
Yeah,
so
why
now
not?
everybody out
Yeah.
there, if you guys want to call people
Yeah.
waspy, call them waspy.
And if anybody gets upset about it, tell them I said it was okay.
Travis said it was okay, and he rides a motorcycle
That's right.
and wears a paperboy hat.
That's right.
I love that hat.
Thanks, buddy.
Anyway,
I love
back to
that
the
hat.
movie.
I need
Back
that
to the movie. All right. So, key takeaways here. I'm gonna say they made black people look bad. They went to go buy drugs, and the black people robbed them, and then they ultimately had to run away. And I think that's a knock on the movie for me. How rude. There's honest black drug dealers too. You know what I mean? Fuck you guys. All right, let them do their thing. Okay,
Right.
let's all have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Not that I've ever bought drugs. I
Uh-huh.
would never.
No.
But if I was, I wouldn't care what race they were. Also, to James's point, Fat Jonah Hill, he did a great job in dressing and just everything, and he looked like an asshole, man. He looked like the kind of guy, like you walk into a place and he's there, and it's like, this guy's gonna be a dick.
Yeah.
He played it well. So overall, I'm just gonna give it a grade, and I'm gonna give it a fucking like a 4.5 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when I was kind of like going off of what you guys said, I don't want it to come across like I didn't like the movie, because I actually enjoyed it. But also, I will say I only watched it the one time. So, and even you said that,
Yeah.
after the first time you kind of enjoyed it. But having said that, I'm gonna go ahead and give the recommendation that I would recommend people watch it. It is worth a watch. Like even if it was just for Jonah Hill's acting, maybe don't watch it a second time, and maybe don't expect a whole lot out
Or
of
a
it.
third time.
Don't watch it a third. For
Yeah.
sure.
Don't expect a whole lot out of it. But for what it is, like it's a cool movie to watch, with friends or whatever, and have some drinks. Like, don't watch it, alone, trying to think that you're gonna, learn something or get something out of it.
Exactly what I did.
Yeah, so it is worth a watch. I do recommend it. And with all that said, I thought it was a pretty decent movie. I'd probably, if we're giving it a number rating out of 10, I'd probably give it like a 7.63.
Nice.
Yeah. You got the calculator?
Let's give
handy?
it a 7.62.
Yeah.
That's the caliber of round. That,
Okay, there you go.
Right, there
Yeah,
you go.
yeah.
I'll give it a 7.62, dude.
There you go. All right,
Yeah.
7.62 it is.
I would recommend it for a Netflix and chill movie.
Yeah.
So if you just need something on,
For that, yeah, you just need some background noise.
it's a very good
Fucking
movie to
great-
have
great
on
movie for
playing.
Nothing gets me going like the sound of gunfire.
Yeah.
Son of Jonah Hill, Fat Jonah Hill,
With his laugh.
and you look up, you see a silk shirt on.
Yeah.
You're just fucking ready to go, dude.
I need a silk shirt. That's my takeaway from the movie.
We all need one.
Uh-huh.
Next week, silk shirts.
That's right.
Yeah, but I would recommend it. Just I think it's a okay movie to have on. I mean, again, you're not going to get much from it. It's going to be
Yeah.
entertaining.
Mhm.
It's going to have some people you recognize. The story's not that bad, but it's not that great. It's anticlimactic. But I'll give it a 5 because it's just kind of average. It's kind of middle of the road. It's not too bad. The acting again, when Jonah Hill's the best actor in the movie,
No, that's not a bad thing. Jonah Hill is a good actor.
he is, but he's not.
He carries.
He's not really ever
Well,
the star.
okay, let me
of the
ask you
movie.
this: like, what movie is Jonah Hill the actual star of the movie?
Super bad. I mean,
But it's a shared anyway. Michael Cera. Like,
Yeah, but
that's a shared.
it's like
that's a shared
50-50
role,
though.
But it's a 50-50, so it's not. He's not fucking taking it on.
well, he
What-
hasn't had one.
What is he? Like Moneyball, Brad Pitt's there, right? I'm trying to think. Fucking Jonah Hill movies.
Wolf of Wall Street,
he's-
Leo.
he's-
Leo.
Sidekick,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's definitely sidekick there.
Yeah.
He could fuck all the way off, dude.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, if you guys didn't pick up on that, Leo's the fucking man.
He
Well,
is
see,
the man.
some people aren't meant to be stars.
No, but I think
co-stars.
he definitely has the capacity to do it.
He just
I mean,
has
he's
a-
been in what, like I think Babysitters was one, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know. that
I've
one.
never seen that.
He's
one.
been in some other ones that where I think he is the main, but it's just never been.
Let me rephrase this. If Jonah Hill is the best actor in the movie and Bradley Cooper's in the movie with you, it doesn't say much about the acting or the writing.
I
of the
think
movie.
Jonah Hill would outclass Bradley Cooper every day of the week.
No, Jonah Hill has specific characters that he can play well
No, I think so does Bradley
because they
Cooper.
all like. In my opinion, like Wolf of Wall Street kind of ties into his character here, like
Yeah.
a frantic, funny, outspoken type character.
Get him to the Greek.
Even get him to the Greek.
Get him to
Yeah.
the, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
But even
Yeah.
then,
Well, Russell Brand is there.
Yeah.
that's when Russell Brand was hot, right?
Was he?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
hot in like appearance wise because he still
Well,
looks
not
the
like
same.
that.
But yeah, like a topic. No, I get what you're saying, but like topic wise, yeah.
Topic wise,
He was relevant.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like Jonah Hill has that kind of character that he plays.
Yeah.
He does a good job. You can't knock it. He's not getting cast because he can't play the role.
Right.
He does that role very well, but it's very similar to Wolf of Wall Street. It's very similar.
He's
Like,
typecasted.
Yeah,
in all the
in a
movies that
way,
he's in.
right?
Yeah.
He's not going to be the main star. You're not going to see him play a main
Can I tell you
star.
guys this? And my honest thing here is I'd be 100% down to be in the position that Jonah Hill's in. Like, I'd be 100%. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I don't need it.
Okay, have you seen Jonah Hill's movie he directed? It's called Old
90s
School.
movie?
Yeah.
Old
I
School.
did. Yeah, I thought it was pretty
Is it
good.
called Old School or
It's
90s
the little kid with skateboarding and all
Yeah,
that
it
shit.
was.
Yeah,
I think
actually
it was
liked
called
it.
the 90s. I'm pretty
I think
sure.
it's called the 90s.
90s,
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought
I
it was
watched
pretty
it.
good.
I really liked it.
That was
yeah.
a good movie that he
Yeah.
made.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he wasn't in it.
He's very
right?
talented. Yeah.
So he's a talented guy.
Well, he's been in this world a long time.
right.
Mhm.
Same with like
so-
Seth Rogen and all of them.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean that was a cool movie.
Yeah.
It reminded me so much of my childhood.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was a
dude.
It
big
resonated
nostalgia.
so
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
even the filming.
I mean,
of
yeah, I remember jumping off a fucking elementary school roof and landing on a picnic table. You know what I mean? That was totally my life, man.
but
It was
but he is very talented.
Yeah, for
you know,
sure.
so I'm not knocking him for that.
Yeah.
I just feel like he's kind of typecast, but
Mhm.
at the same time, I definitely think he plays the role very well.
Right,
Like, you
right.
can't deny his
Well,
acting
yeah,
ability.
He does.
Yeah.
He does. So there you go, man. That's gonna wrap it up there for the movie review, man. This week was War Dogs, man. Oh, last thing I want to say about it was it is very close to being Lord of War.
Mm.
Right. Like it's kind of they're very fucking similar, man. You know,
Very similar.
And I gotta say, I'd take Jonah Hill's acting abilities over Nick Cage every day of the week because I hate Nick Cage.
Mm.
Not a fan. I think he's weird.
Mm.
Let's go.
I'm not gonna knock Gunner 6 seconds.
Yeah,
that's
You can't attack that one.
Well, even like Face Off, as a kid, I was like, dude, this shit is fucking legit. But if you watch Face Off today, we should do Face Off because it's like,
well, you don't go back to those ones.
it's like, hey, what
Just let
is
it
it?
be.
And John Woo, like, I used to think he was a dope ass director, like the fucking doves flying, and you think like, holy shit.
No, it's
No,
cheesy.
it's so trash, dude. It's just gimmicky bullshit. Anyway, so that's gonna wrap up our review. Don't check it out, you know, unless you're Travis's squad. So
check it
Travis got a nice following.
Oh, stop.
You guys all go watch it and then be disappointed that Travis recommended it to you. And for us, you know, the two people that like James and I, which is, you know, my sister and his girlfriend.
Middle of the road.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's it, you know?
All right.
All right.
Fair enough. Call your local white guy a wasp.
Waspy. No, you don't say call him a waspy, okay? You're being real waspy today, dude.
I'm gonna never mind.
Oh.
All right, guys.
Okay, bye.